Catholic week school.
What did you just say?
What did he say?
I don't know. Took too many takes to get the started.
Again?
No.
He said Catholic week school.
Catholic week school. Let's go. Catholic schools week. Let's go.
Ooh. Recap. Before we get started, this is the one time I'm going to say it because I tend to make it my personality trait when I'm sick. My voice will sound even manlier this episode just because the throat's a bit sore. So I apologize. But I just want to put that out there. I think this episode is going to be pretty exciting because we have a lot to talk about. We had an exciting last week. It was really fun.
Yeah, many of you know, obviously, that last week was the Catholic Schools Week of 2023. And us three as assistant chaplains, we got hyped, obviously. Yeah. So we're just going to give you... Oh, gosh.
Oh!
What?
We got to break the news. Maddie came in clutch. We now officially have 3 mics for
and we're not, well, we're still borrowing one, but we're not like having to go back and forth and borrowing one every time.
Aren't sharing a mic anymore.
Yeah, it's like so official now.
It is very...
This behind the scenes is incredible.
It feels more comfortable like this, I think.
Yeah.
Like even more. Yeah.
Wow. Isn't this fantastic?
Yeah, so we're like super excited to give you the rundown of Catholic Schools Week. Jace, would you like to start?
Yeah, so I'm going to bring it all the way back to in the summer when we were planning Catholic Schools Week.
Yeah, not a lot of people knew that when we started planning it.
It was back before school had even started. It was the summer, and we went out to Mrs. Kostelicki's lake cabin and had our little retreat out there. And we just had a discussion about what we were going to do for the entire year. And that was pretty much like our like only meeting for like that entire like first half of the year.
Or like whole year.
Yeah, we had the whole year planned out basically in that one day. Well, we were there for multiple days, but that one day when we had a meeting.
So it was pretty fun and productive.
But we had all our themes picked out, like what we're going to do, and it was great. Then we move forward. We don't have a meeting. And it gets to like Christmas time, and we're like, wait, January? That's like when Catholic Schools Week starts?
Yeah, we were waiting a while.
So we started ordering stuff. Bailey ordered a lot of the stuff for Catholic Schools Week, and we kind of just had a few meetings deciding what we were going to do. And
yeah, so like the preparation before we even like started the actual decorating, that was a whole thing in itself. Didn't Amazon keep like canceling on Bailey and then like charging her? And,
yeah, I think there was a situation with like her card, and it was lots of money.
Yeah, we spent lots and lots of money.
Obviously she was going to get reimbursed, but it was a thing where we had this theme idea for so long, but it did take us a while to like get rolling on okay, what exactly are we going to do for decorations?
And that theme was the neon one? Or the 70s?
No, the state one.
The 70s.
So there were some problems with that, like, and like when things were going to arrive and all that fun stuff, but we ended up getting it figured out. But yeah, that retreat, that's when we kind of planned everything and the themes throughout the week, which we're also going to get into further into the pod. Should we start off with Monday?
Well, even before that, Sunday we started setting up.
Sunday night.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Monday was the school, like...
The stations. So we cycled through different activities throughout the day.
The stations were like, it was gym games, it was taking the test to see who was on the teams. What were some of the other ones? Adoration.
Yeah, there wasn't bingo this year.
Yeah. And then there was the board games.
Board games, yeah. So let's start with the test. How do you think you guys did? Was it hard?
Okay, actually, JC, you go first.
So this is my first time taking a test in a long time because most of the time I didn't end up taking it because I was always Mardi Gras teardown. So I would show up late to school the next day because it was always Mardi Gras before Catholic Schools Week. So I haven't taken the test since 8th grade. Senior year is my first time taking it since 8th grade.
I know that.
But obviously I didn't want to bring the class average down. But
No, I know.
So what are you implying?
I'll just leave it at that.
You know what's so funny is, like, to me, that's not even a concern in my head. Because I know, like, and which I do, you guys might be shocked, I try my hardest every single time. Because if I would get on, to me, don't look at me like that.
You're telling me that you try your absolute hardest on that test.
I try, yeah. It's not, I don't just sit there, like, circle around in ones like
no. But you, like, read through all of them?
I read through all of them, and I, like, will, like, mark off which ones, like, I don't think it is. Like, because to me, it would be, like, a joke if I made the team. So, like, I wouldn't really care. I think it'd be funny. But I guess for you, like, if you genuinely tried your hardest, like, you have have a chance of getting on.
Yeah, I was a little scared about that. Obviously, I didn't just go through and circle everything. It was like I looked at them and I tried, and then
my public school, elementary, and middle school education did not prepare me well for that test. So I don't think I did that great, but that's okay.
Well, obviously, I wasn't prepared either.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't think elementary education, religion education, set you up at all for that test. I don't think there was anything that would have helped
that's
you.
Very true.
Mainly, a lot of the stuff that I knew was either from, I don't know, random knowledge, and then just from the last couple years of religion class.
Wait, hold on. We skipped the... Oh, no, we didn't. We said Sunday night setup. Sorry.
Well,
which wasn't that bad.
No, it didn't take us long. It was literally just bringing in a few things, and then I was testing like the tech stuff for the local competition, trying to figure that out, which took some time, but we figured it out.
The theme was blackout for Monday.
Yeah, blackout. And THS alum and the teachers and students, they know how it works. It's like every year the seniors have like a surprise theme and they charge out for the school Know Your Faith.
Yeah.
So ours was, the whole school theme was blackout, and then seniors turned into neon.
Yeah.
Which, I'm not gonna lie, we kind of got some hate on it.
We did, and that's why I'm bringing it up.
I know, I'm not gonna dwell on it.
We got called lazy.
From their perspective, day one, I would maybe understand that they thought that, but here's my thing. We only host state every, 7 years?
Like
6 or 7 years. There was so much more that we were thinking about than just, Trinity's Know Your Faith competition.
Exactly.
And not the state one.
Yeah.
And also that was kind of like a throwback to, like when we were here, that's what they did.
Yeah.
It was blackout, and then they did neon.
Yeah.
So that was just, the experience that we had, and we were just kind of doing
a core memory. So I think that's why we almost brought it back.
Yeah.
It was just exciting for us to see that.
Oh, wow.
I remember being so hyped when they came out.
So exciting,
it was very exciting.
Even though, we didn't have, the whole... I remember last year was, cowboys versus aliens, and you could, dress as a whole cowboy. There was still, a lot of participation. All the seniors had, neon clothes on and the glow sticks and, the eye makeup. I thought that was fun.
It was fun.
I think we executed it well.
Yeah, it was very fun.
Intro song,
there was a slight
technical difficulty with that. But we did run out to Bangering, and that was good.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. It was good.
We got hyped.
And throughout this whole week also, Jace ran everything that involved technology, which was all the important days of Catholic Schools Week. So
yeah, shout out
thank you, Jace, for carrying and working so hard. That was great. You did well.
Thank you so much. I'm gonna cry. You say I'm not emotional enough, so I'm gonna start crying.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe
don't though.
I usually don't listen back to the podcast, but I did listen to last week's episode, and I did laugh very loud when Mrs. Berger said that she started tearing up.
Yeah.
Because I forgot she said that.
Yeah, a lot of people said that they enjoyed having Mrs. Berger on, so maybe we'll have some
we have some
teachers.
good news. I did ask a teacher today if they would be interested in...
They
said yes, they would. And
so stay
let's
tuned.
just say you guys are going to enjoy them.
So let's move on to Tuesday.
Yeah.
Tuesday was...
Oh, wait, no. Who won the school competition? We forgot about that.
Oh, yeah.
So if you win the school competition, you then play for your school in state. And, of course, seniors won.
Seniors, let's go.
So who was on the team? Abby?
Ian. Kylie.
Obviously.
Hazel, alternate.
Alternate, yeah.
That was the dream team.
Those 4 people are probably some of the smartest people
I have so much trust in them. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're great. But yeah, so that was so exciting to end the day like that. And then we went on to Tuesday, which was mass dress. And I kind of forgot that it was going to be an all-school mass. So we all showed up and we were walking out of Queen of Peace. And I remembered that the elementaries, Trinity East and West and all them, they make it a field trip for Catholic Schools Week to go to Queen of Peace for mass. And I think it's so cute sitting in church and hearing them sing all the songs. And when we walk in, they'll look around. It's so cute. I love it.
Yeah, they were getting into all the songs. What's the one? It was the Divine Mercy Chaplet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They love that.
The craziest thing happened at that mass, I think that was the fastest I've ever heard Bishop Kagan talk, was during the Our Father.
Yeah.
He was ahead of the crowd on that one. I'm like, wow.
He was hustling that day.
He was hustling.
He must have had somewhere to be in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And that was kind of sad that he wasn't there for the state competition the next day. He had to do mass since all the priests were gone. So he was doing mass at I think it's the elementary school in Bismarck.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of weird.
Yeah, it was kind of backwards. I feel they should have had a different priest covering for the bishop.
I know.
The bishop covering
it's such an iconic thing to have the bishop go to the state competition.
Because I remember sorry, Jace, I think it was like our freshman year when we went to St. Mary's for the state Know Your Faith competition.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, the whole like crowd was like doing the Bishop Kagan and then like the clapping. Like, you know, at basketball tournaments. I thought that was hilarious. I was like freshly new at Trinity.
Right.
And I was like,
Not
that's
in, like,
so funny.
Yeah, I feel like he definitely wouldn't have appreciated all the lights and the loud music there. That probably would have, he would have been a little not okay with that, but.
You could have gave him like some sunglasses though.
That would have been good for him.
That would have been good.
And then, when did we go to Nerf for?
That was Tuesday.
That was
Tuesday afternoon.
Yep, we switched into
right
Trinity Tire, remember?
Oh, yeah. We had to wear mask dress in the morning, and then we got to change into jeans and a Trinity top, and then we were off to Nerf War. And what were your guys' thoughts on that?
That was fun. It was really funny because I think I shot the priests a lot of times, and I don't think they ever called it.
Oh, yeah. Let's say what priests were all there. It was Father Grant, Father Smith, Colton, Seminary Colton, and Father Warner. Yeah.
And us seniors, we kept, or who did we get on our team?
We had Father Warner and Colton, and when I tell you they sacrificed everything in themselves, like Father Warner, oh my gosh.
Like they gave 110%. There was a time where I was like crouching behind this desk thing, and we were like in enemy territory on like the juniors level.
Yeah.
And Liv, I think you were right by me.
Yeah.
Father Warner comes running down the stairs into like some random room.
Oh my gosh,
and then
so
like
funny.
Darts across the hallway, and then one more to get to like to the door, like right by me and Liv. He like sprints and then like slips, and you just like know that
slipped, biffed it on the floor.
Like head back,
like
on the
head
ground.
hit the ground, like on his back.
So I'm just.
He was like holding his knee for a second. I remember.
I admire him so much for giving that much effort during that because we
didn't want to trade him.
We needed it.
Yeah.
My knees were destroyed after that day. I was sliding so much in the hallway.
You were sliding. I'm not gonna lie. Just, you didn't do a whole lot of like aiming. You just like sacrificed yourself every time you went out there.
No,
like slid on the ground.
Hey.
I think they put sand on it.
They did. No, they put sand everywhere to make it.
Oh, by the way, if you guys don't know where Nerf War is played, it's like in the old abandoned hospital. So
it's like on 2 floors.
It's on like so 2 floors, and you just like run around and shoot.
And it's literally, it's still a hospital. It's not like they
there's like
redesign the rooms. It's like
there's like old charts laying around.
There's equipment in there. There's like charts. I mean, like there's full bathrooms that they just like cover up with like cardboard. And
like each team like guards one level. Yeah. So it was juniors against seniors.
What I thought was weird is they like added like decorations. If you can call them that, they have fake blood everywhere, and I thought that was weird because we were like in a hospital. But it was okay.
I think that might have been from, like, unless they had, like, a Halloween night, or, like, was the haunted hospital up there?
Halloween was, like,
I don't think they go through the Nerf War section, though. I think it's, like, a different section.
Oh, yeah, that's on, like, the bottom 2 levels.
Okay, I didn't...
We were on, like, the next 2.
I've never been to the haunted hospital.
I will say, I had so much fun this year playing Nerf War, but nothing will top last year's Nerf War. Because that was the first time we've ever done it, and for some reason, it's such a core memory in my head. I don't know why I enjoyed it. Like,
I just think last year's seniors, we tried this year, they tried last year.
Yeah.
It was just a really great...
This year was still fun.
Was great.
It was really fun. But last year was just like...
Yeah. Do you know the one game we play? I think it's called... It's like Baby Deer or something. So, like, there's the one guy, the owner, that's it. And then he, like, goes and, like, quote...
Like the zombie one.
Yeah, the zombie one. Me and Rachel Bottinger, like, locked ourselves in this little, like, closet. And then, like, to barricade the door, we, like, pushed our feet against the back wall. Yeah. And then we, like, could hear people, like, trying to, like, get the door open. They're like, oh, it's locked. And then we're, like, the last one's not found yet. And then all of a sudden, I don't know who it was, some junior guy just comes up to the door and, like, yanks it out. And we just fly backwards. So, sorry for, like, maybe breaking the door, but we did win the game.
Yeah, when we were playing that.
I don't think you won the game, though, because there's, like, eight people still hiding towards the end there.
Guess what? That's not what I heard, but thank you.
Really?
Yeah, no, I heard we won. Me and Rachel won.
Because I was still...
Really?
Yeah.
I personally was still hiding, too, and never got found.
Where were you hiding?
I was sitting on top of a door in this bathroom, and people kept walking into the bathroom and, like, looking in, and they're like, oh, this would have been a good place to hide. It smells really bad in here, though.
Can I ask how you were hiding on top of a door?
Okay, so imagine this. It's this little room. It's like the door opens, and once it's at 90 degrees, the door is open all the way, right?
Yeah, right.
So the door is open all the way, and I'm just sitting on top of the door.
Oh, risky.
What?
Someone could have, like, closed the door and you would have fallen.
Yeah, but no one did.
Wow, okay, kudos to you.
So I was sitting there, because... What I was going to do, I was going to hide in my spot from last year because the person that found me was the guy that actually owned the Nerf thing.
Really?
So I was like, I could just hide there and he won't find me again. And then I go in there to open the door and then there's like 8 girls inside there. And I'm like, they're just going to get found right away. But then I went I think it was Hunter and Jacob hid in a cabinet. So they were in that cabinet. I push a chair in front of them so like no one goes in the cabinet. And then so it closes all the way too because they were slightly out.
Yeah, that was fun.
But I then was looking for a spot and I found this bathroom. So I just sat on top of the door and I was sitting there and there was a bunch of junior girls and Bailey and they were all sitting in the room just talking the entire time.
In that room?
I was in that room.
Yeah, I saw Be Real was taken in there.
And they
and in my head, my first thought was, oh, they're not doing anything. And then I realized that it was the hiding game.
Yeah. No one found me.
Yeah. Well, Reese, Ava, and I got found pretty quick. We just like hid in a shower in one of the bathrooms, and Ava like wouldn't move. She like the hospital was too dirty for her.
Yeah.
She like we walked into the bathroom. She like started gagging.
Yeah.
Well, on the way in there, me and Ava had to hold our breaths. I won't lie because it smelled so bad, but
yeah,
I got over it.
You should have saw the room I was in. This sink was so disgusting.
Ew.
It was nasty looking.
Yeah, it was fun though.
Yeah,
and then, but our big day was definitely Wednesday.
Wait, but Tuesday night.
Yeah, oh, exactly. Well, the big day was Wednesday because that's the state Know Your Faith. So that meant that Tuesday, immediately after Nerf Wars, we were at the school from it was 3:30 to 10.
Maybe a little earlier than that, but I think it was like close to 10.
And let's debrief on that because that was pretty intense.
For some reason, I think I struggled setting up because I was just like so tired and so over it. It was like, I don't know how to get into it. I think
you were a good team player.
But like there were so many times where I just, like I remember at one point, and I apologize to Ava and Reese, but they like mentioned some sort of idea, and it was like 9 o'clock or something like that. And I just blew up and I was like, that should have been an idea at 6:30 p.m.
Oh yeah, you did.
And I felt bad. I felt so bad.
You did kind of have
So then I did apologize and they were like, it's totally fine. But yeah, like I had an outburst like that where it was just a lot. And it seems like when we got there, we were ahead of schedule. Like we had all these balloon arches. We were like, we were getting them done quick.
Let's explain what we all had to do. We had lights, sound, music, smoke machine, 5 balloon arches. We had like disco balls to hang up. We had a trophy stand. We had records. We had flowers. Posters. And we had to do all that night.
Yeah, so, we had one night to set up. That's it.
We didn't have like all our ideas finalized before we got there. We had some, but it was also like, let's like see what we can do with this and this and this. So like that kind of took time too, but anyways.
Yeah, so the balloon arches alone, those didn't take a lot of time, but the effort was insane. Do you guys know how hard it is to blow up balloons and tie them? It's very difficult.
Yeah, it takes too much time, especially when you're doing like 100 or 1,000 balloons.
I was one of the few, I think, that like did balloon arches basically the whole time. Like there were some people who worked in the auditorium most of the time. Then there were some people who kind of like did both, like started with the arches and then went to the auditorium. I was doing balloon arches the whole time. And when I tell you I went home from tying balloons, my pointer finger nail was bruised.
Oh yeah, no, I was bleeding on my pointer finger. And Ava like didn't have fingerprints anymore on her fingers. Like
I didn't know like it would be that bad. We even had like some like electric pumps too. Like it was just tying them. It was so hard.
Like my biceps hurt because I had like one of the like handheld like inflatable balloon thing where the only reason you could get it to work is if you like went fast enough.
Yeah.
And my arms are like dead. Jace, you should explain all your tech.
Yeah, Jace had a lot to do that day.
So I was on the opposite end. I think I blew up my one balloon and I called it my contribution.
Wow. I get it. That's okay. That's fine.
But no, we had this like huge tote full of stuff that we carried into the auditorium. We set up lights, so I went down to the garage to go get like bolts and washers and nuts to attach these lights to the stands. And we didn't know how these stands really worked. It was stuff that was just sitting there and it hasn't been used and who knows when. It was nasty and sticky because
I was wondering why it kind of took a little bit.
Yeah, well, it was like old stuff and like some of this was definitely not like shouldn't have plugged some of the stuff in. I electrocuted myself like twice on one of these lights because the wires were exposed and I was trying to fix it.
Yeah, so
we didn't use that light, but we put that one away.
What made me nervous personally was the fog machine because I didn't realize that those things actually smell like smoke. Like when you guys tried it out, I for real thought that the building was on fire.
It's horrible.
It's so terrible.
Well, that was because we didn't put any new like fog juice in it. It was the old stuff that was been sitting there for who knows when because we were just testing it.
So they were just like airing it out.
We were just trying to get rid of it.
And that was potent.
Yeah, so that smelled bad. But then when the actual event came and we put actual stuff in there, I don't. Did you notice the smell?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, I didn't think there was a
It
smell
just
with that.
felt thick in the air, but that's okay.
It took
That's
a while to
the
clear
point.
out. Yeah, so the vision was that we were gonna do the decades. So we had the 20s, the 40s, 50s?
It was 20s,
50s,
50s,
70s, 80s,
90s.
90s.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
So we combined them all by just having a huge, almost disco party. So that's why
Because we were
tons of
70s,
lights.
so we kind of based it mostly on the 70s for
Yeah.
decorations. It was fun to set up and be with everyone, and it was exciting to see how it turned out. We got some compliments on it. I think it turned out pretty good.
In our light setup, I must say, was the most janky, weird thing that we possibly could have put together, because we got all these lights going, right? And we had them hooked up. We kind of did it weird because we put some of the lights on these stands that I think were meant for speakers, but we put the lights on them and it worked fine, and it was good. But then we got to the point where there's these one lights that are activated by microphone.
Sound?
Yeah, they have a microphone on them, and that's how they activate, is if it's loud enough. We cranked the music all the way up, lights don't work.
No.
So we're like, what are we gonna do? So we're brainstorming. It takes us forever. It's Colton, Hunter, Ian, and I, and Denzel's there too. He got us a few things, and I think he was helping out downstairs too. But
Shout out, Dad.
what are you laughing about? Okay, so we're like, what are we gonna do? We're talking Colton's maybe we could bring in a Bluetooth speaker, maybe we could do this, maybe we could do that, and we're like, this isn't gonna work, this isn't gonna work. We talked about taping a phone to the light and just playing music so it would go.
Gosh.
And they're like, this just isn't going to work. So then I'm like, what? I think it was Colton, actually. We're like, what if we use a fan? Because we blowed on the microphone and it worked. So we're like, well, we have fans downstairs. What if we just set up the fans?
Smart, very
Wow,
smart.
I didn't know this.
So we leaned fans up against the lights.
Really?
Wow.
And that's what we used. Because we brought in these huge speakers that we're going to use to play music behind the lights.
Yeah.
And those things were heavy. So I had to carry these all the way
I
over
didn't
there.
touch them.
That would have been a lot. I'm glad that we didn't have to do that.
So we're brainstorming this for a while.
Fingers.
And we ended up not using speakers. We just flipped them over and used them as stands to put the fans on.
Innovative.
And just lean the fans up against the lights. And the lights were working the whole time.
No, and they looked great.
Yeah.
Because we even had this disco ball and it the lights illuminated off of that and it just looked really great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looked crazy.
But I will say Wednesday for how fun it was. I would say that most of us were over it because the night before we didn't get sleep, and then it was us the morning of still having to tape singular glow sticks to the aisles, and then bringing people from all these other schools down to the mosh pit or to sit down. That was stressful.
I don't want it to seem like we're complaining. It was all really fun.
No, it was.
But we're just telling you the struggle behind the scenes.
We were so tired, but we were getting so hyped during it. All of us assistant chaplains, I just thought it was a great.
Yeah, that whole Wednesday, it just felt like Friday all day. And then the thought of then going to school and having still 2 more days and knowing that the next day it's basically just a normal day of school. But we'll get into that too.
And more about that too.
Everyone was tired.
I just want to say one more thing about that Tuesday night. I think Father, he was doing everything that night. So I think it took a lot out of him. Yeah, he was working
quite
on
stressed.
Yeah.
Because didn't he still have to write the speech?
Yeah, he sent me the PowerPoint at 1 a.m.
Oh my gosh.
And I don't think he went back because I think he just stayed at the school and until he was done. So I think he sent me that at 1 a.m. from the school, and then he went back.
Oh, wow.
So that's a lot of time and effort.
No, he did great. For it being his first year as a chaplain and hosting state, I thought he did great.
Yeah, he did really good. There's a lot of pressure, so it was good.
And
then we just, for the cleanup for that, it was literally just
taking everything down, throwing it away.
Yeah.
We didn't have to pop the balloons though, because they used them for Mardi Gras. So that was
But then we did have to go pop the balloons.
And then
after Mardi Gras.
Who won first date?
Shanley.
Yeah.
Shanley.
But we were the closest to getting the correct answer, the big final question.
Yeah, we were very close to the final question.
I don't want to make Abby or Ian or Kylie feel bad by saying how close we were, but we were so close.
Yeah, I think they know that they were close.
They still did so
good on them. Yeah, they did really good.
Yeah.
Oh, actually the cleaning was bad because of Shanley tearing up their boas.
They brought red boas, which they
looked
for dressing
great.
up.
They looked great,
but it got all over the carpet in the auditorium. And
No, like our poor janitor staff, like they were down there like vacuuming forever. So
we
went down there.
We went down there and they were like, no.
And then we did vacuum for a little bit and we like helped. We obviously threw away everything because that was our mess. We did that.
I think there's still a piece of gum just sitting on the carpet too.
Yeah, St. Mary's left a piece of gum.
We're name dropping.
Oh, well,
yeah, we're name dropping.
Yeah, St. Mary's just like decided to spit their gum on the carpet.
I'm sure it was an accident. I'm not gonna blame, but like
you can feel your mouth falling out. Wait, sorry.
What?
Yeah, you could feel your mouth falling.
Your gum falling out of your mouth, right?
Yeah. Well, things happen, but
who was it? Was it their freshman team that won, or it was their sophomores?
It was
their sophomores.
And they expected their seniors to win or something like that. I don't know. But
yeah, because I talked to St. Mary's senior, and they're like, "There's no way you guys are gonna put the sophomores ahead of us."
Let me tell you one thing. I was the one who brought the schools down to where they were sitting, and they were right. They didn't listen to what I said. I won't lie. So yes, they were right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because the plan was to have the winning
like,
and that would have
been
great.
Yeah.
And their seniors went up there.
Yeah.
Which honestly,
I did get a few glares, but I expected it because if I was a senior, I wouldn't want to.
I don't know if I'd let that happen.
No, I wouldn't. No.
Yeah.
Okay, then y'all should have came and helped.
Yeah. I'll jump off the stage and go down there.
It was a struggle for Maddie. I think it got to the point where...
Well, I think no one was just helping you.
No one was honestly really helping you.
And I don't want to say that because that sounds like, I did it. But like...
No, but I don't think there was. I didn't see anyone.
There was a point where I got done with my job throwing things off the stage and I went down to the section and I like saw everyone but you and there was like still schools walking in.
Yeah.
So,
no, okay.
Or so Levi was out there.
There were... I'm not going to say no one helped you.
No, they did.
People were helping. A lot of people were helping.
Yeah.
But Liv talked about the moment that she blew up, so I'm just going to talk about the moment that I had a meltdown.
Yeah.
It was during sitting all the schools down. I went up to my fellow assistant chaplains by the stage as they were hanging out and I'm running around. I said, if I do all this work and I don't get a front row spot, I'm gonna be hurt.
That's a nice way of you putting it.
But I didn't say it like that.
No, it wasn't directed towards me, but I wasn't at the front of the stage. I was in the back and she popped her head through us seniors standing there and she did if I don't get front row when I come back. No, it was. But I totally understood where it was coming from, and it's okay.
I'm not normally like that.
No, she's not. She's not.
I was fueled by rage. I won't lie. Because I was stressed out. People weren't listening to me. I was getting mocked. Shout out other schools.
Yeah.
I'm over it now. I honestly forgot about that.
Yeah, but in the moment, it was definitely frustrating.
Yeah. And spoiler alert, I didn't really get a front row spot, but
I didn't
it was
either.
fine.
No, because I got there too, and I was after you kind of yelled that, I was well, I also don't have one, so it was just kind of a...
Hey, I got a front row seat.
Yeah, anyway.
I had a seat the entire time, too. I don't have to stand.
Jace was the tech guy, so that was really impressive how he was able to pull all that off.
And for all the people that were talking to me after rock, paper, scissors, I was on that paper train, and I'm staying on the paper train. I'm not getting off the paper train for no one. I got the first win, and that was cool. And then the second one, not so much, but that's okay because I stayed on the paper train.
Yeah, respectable.
Very inspirational.
Jace did lose rock, paper, scissors for school, but that's okay because he's staying on the paper.
I got second place.
Second place is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
That's basically what we got at Know Your Faith too, right?
Basically. I would put us at second. I think so.
Yeah.
But I would put us
not really, but I think we're last technically with points.
Well,
but
I would put us as first for most hype student section.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm gonna be so real right now. During the competition, I wasn't feeling it at all.
No, and I knew you weren't. Every time I looked back at you, straight faced.
No, because this is the thing. My expectations were so high and this isn't downing the assistant chaplains or anything like that. We went to St. Mary's. How many years ago was that?
Freshman year.
It was so cool. I loved it. And we didn't do the setup. We didn't have to plan any of it.
And we were shocked when we got there.
That was the first state competition where I was oh wow, that's really cool. That was the first one we went to. After setting up, after doing all the last minute things, you're just exhausted and you're over it. And you want to enjoy it. And it was cool at points. But I was standing there, feet feeling horrible. I didn't get front row spot, which again, that's okay. I was just over it. And then the whole time, I'm not gonna lie, Jace, I was standing in the crowd and I was I hope this works. I hope this works. I hope the video plays. I hope he turns the music down right now. And you did everything perfectly. So congrats. But like in the back of my mind, I was just worried about everything, and like I was looking around to see if like other schools were enjoying it.
So well.
I know. So yeah,
it was definitely an upgrade from like the local competition. I think a lot of things on the tech side went a lot smoother. I think the only thing I did bad was I went slide too fast, but it wasn't like
he did. He was like, no.
It wasn't on an answer or anything, so it's not like we had to like find a new question or anything like that. So it was good.
It didn't show anything.
No, Wednesday was all around a good day, and then Thursday, like Wednesday was peak hype, and then Thursday we get to school. We had a completely normal day.
It was like
it was so weird.
It was so weird, and the theme was Celebrity Day,
and that's when we filmed the podcast.
The pod with Mrs. Berger. We were all dressed up, which. The outfits were really cool.
No,
like, it was fun to dress up.
And, like, we are the founders of Celebrity Day. Like, last year for Hallway Theme during Homecoming Week, our class started that.
Themes definitely, like, went up a few levels this year, and I love that. They were way more fun.
So we're definitely going to insert a few pictures of Celebrity Day.
Oh, yeah. Of other people.
Yeah. Let's go around and say who our favorite, like, celebrity was. First, let's say who we dressed up as. I was Kim K.
Well, we talked about this on the last
We did talk about this on the last one.
Yeah, did we say who our favorites were?
We didn't say who our favorites were, but we did talk about who we were at the time.
I liked Jace's. He was one of my tops, and then my other top was probably Bailey's, and she was Michelle Duggar. And if you don't know Michelle Duggar, she's the mom of 19 Kids and Counting, which was a TLC show. And I kind of grew up on that, and I think a lot of other people did. But it's hilarious. So we'll obviously insert pictures of these people.
Yeah.
But what about you guys?
My favorites was definitely Jace as Ben Franklin.
Wow.
Or Mary as ASAP Rocky. But for the first, like, 2 class periods of the day, she was telling people that she was Travis Scott. And we had to, like, correct him. That was hilarious.
She did the look. We'll show a picture. But it's inspired by the Met Gala look when him and Rihanna went together.
That's funny.
So,
Jace, what was your favorite?
I loved all the kids that were dressed up as basketball players. They threw on their jersey. That's actually such a creative idea. Like that's a simple. It's simple, and it's like if you don't have anything and you don't want to go all out on it.
Simple, but you ordered an entire founding fathers.
But like,
don't even.
I love when people get involved. Like they don't have to like go all out.
Like for the ones that don't like dressing up,
the ones that don't dress up, and they at least tried.
Yeah,
you're right.
It's okay, I don't have anything. I'm not going to order anything. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that.
But I have a basketball jersey, or I have a football jersey.
Yeah, you're right. You just opened my eyes to that.
It was.
I don't know. I will say though, my cousin.
I wouldn't have thought of that.
Jace Kovash. He was at. I don't know where I was talking to him, but I asked him what he was dressed up as, and there wasn't a thought about it. He didn't think about a celebrity. He was just like, probably just wear a jersey because they didn't do any research, and that's. I mean, thank you guys for participating at all. But people that dressed up in real costumes, we did the research. We looked at, inspirational pictures. We did that kind of thing. Which I get it. There wasn't a lot of time. And no hate to Jace.
Yeah, but Jace didn't wear a jersey. Remember he's wearing,
you're right. He did end up.
And Liv, this was hilarious. Liv goes, Jace, who are you supposed to be? He goes, him. And then
I didn't get it, and I still don't get it.
But you know the TikTok where it's like...
He's him. He's that guy.
He's him.
He's him.
No.
I thought it was hilarious.
No.
Liv goes, what does that mean?
No, because I'm going to have to watch it now. You guys are going to have to show me. But I didn't get it. But he obviously didn't dress like himself.
Jace,
when he
I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah. Wow. Why did I think he wore a jersey? Anyways. But yeah, I think the outfits were really fun. And obviously that's when Mrs. Berger surprised us. And that was kind of fun.
Yeah, that was hilarious. Jace showed no emotion when she did that.
Yeah.
So.
I said, wow, that's awesome.
Oh my God.
That's what I said. That's so much emotion.
The most emotion I've ever. It's okay.
Yeah.
That was so much emotion.
But then, everything else about that day, the other grades went to Nerf War and we already did it. So it was just normal schedule. And it was so hard sitting in a classroom for the whole period. It just wasn't great, but that's okay.
Hey, we gotta set up the chairs for bingo, so for Mardi Gras.
Yeah, I held the door for 20 minutes in the cold, but it's fine.
Yeah,
anyways.
I was moving tables and busy.
It was a good time.
Friday, we only had school half day, and the theme was soccer mom, Home Depot dad. I dressed up as a mom.
I was a soccer mom.
You were a mom. Jace, what were you?
I dressed up as my own dad.
Oh yeah, that was crazy.
That was great.
He looked so much like his dad.
You should insert pic of you versus Josh right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta.
Yeah, I should do that.
Yeah, that was fun. I really liked that day because I honestly felt like a soccer mom and it was so fun.
Yeah, all of us soccer moms, we had the bags, the snacks in them, and then when we watched Over the Hedge,
yeah, we were handing out.
We were all actually eating our snacks that we brought.
It was fun.
We felt
and that was only a half day, so it was pretty quick and classes were shortened, so that was always fun. I will say Friday morning compared to night felt like two completely separate days.
Oh, I agree.
Like, I went home after that and I took a nap and I wasn't even going to go to Mardi Gras, which Friday was day one of Mardi Gras, to go play bingo. And then I convinced myself, whatever, I got to do it.
Didn't I ask you if you wanted to go?
You did. And I was like, oh, fine. So I did.
And dare I say, that was, like, so fun.
Yeah. That was probably, like, my favorite night of bingo.
Because it was, like, you, me, Ava, Reese.
The night I wasn't there was the most fun night.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
No, that was so frustrating because, like, Sprad didn't want to stay. Neither did Thomas, but, like, because they had a basketball game the next day. And so David Merchant bought him, like, a bingo card.
Oh.
And then Sprad won, like, $200 off of
Yeah, he
it.
won the blackout.
Yeah.
And then this old lady next to him was like, you better give some of the money to David.
Yeah.
He did. He gave some money to David.
No, Sprad was very generous.
And he was like, he was going to go, so that was funny. But yeah, that was really fun.
Yep, and then Saturday, day 2 of Mardi Gras, once again, was at bingo all day.
Well, we had our shifts. Maddie and I worked coat check from like 2:30 to like, 6? Oh gosh. But
yeah, that was hectic. Jace, what did you work during
last Mardi Gras shifts ever?
I worked concessions Friday night, and then Sunday during the day I worked coat check.
I don't like to split shifts.
I love it so much more. If you sit there and you're just there for so long, it gets
but you show
way
up
too long.
once and then you're done.
But if you have 2 3-hour shifts back to back, that is terrible.
Who was working 3-hour shifts?
Yeah.
That was a few of the guys in our class.
Cole and Riker
were working for 6 hours.
Boring. It was like,
and they didn't really have to like do anything.
And they didn't have to do anything. And they were planning on staying
we were busy
that day.
So we were like entertained.
And you don't want to stay at Mardi Gras after you work 6 hours. That's why I'm saying it's nice to just have like a day, and then you can just go do whatever, play bingo, whatever after.
I guess. Yeah, it's a good look on that.
But I want to talk about Friday morning before we get more into Mardi Gras, because it was kind of a situation Friday morning, because I was going to go test out the movie, right? And I walk in there and I'm like, oh, wow, they got a movie going already. And I'm like, why is there a lot, like Frozen 2 is playing?
What?
Why is Frozen 2 playing?
Oh,
and then,
I bet North.
And then Father walks in and we thought, oh, maybe it's for the Mardi Gras movie. Like they were getting that ready. He's like, I'm just going to unplug the computer. It's fine. So he unplugs the computer, puts it over to the side. And then I go
Did you ever figure out why Frozen 2 was on there?
I go to...
hold on.
Hold on. Listen to my story.
My bad.
Go ahead, Jace.
I thought you just were going to skip over that.
No. I go up the stage.
The story.
I'm sorry, I got lost.
I plug in this very computer that's sitting in front of me, and I go to put in the over-the-hedge disc because I had it on DVD, which I had borrowed to Maddie and Liv before for them to watch.
Yeah, we should do that.
And I go to put it into my computer, and I'm like, wait, there's no disk drive on this. That's kind of a situation. So then
I'm sorry. There's sometimes where like, and I bet you didn't freak out that much.
No, I didn't freak out.
That like drives me crazy.
But that's fine though, because obviously somewhere in the school there's going to be a laptop that has a DVD player.
Exactly, that's what I'm thinking.
See, there was no need to worry about that.
So right away, you know what I'm thinking?
Yeah,
I'm like,
sorry,
oh,
Father.
Father, does he? I think he has a Mac or he doesn't have. Actually,
he has an HP, whatever that is.
Okay, but he doesn't have a disk drive on his computer. He's like, oh no, I don't have one. I'm like, oh well, there's a DVD player in this school. I know that. I'm like, Mr. Kovac has a DVD player. So we go up to his room. We ask if we can borrow it, and he's like, yeah, sure, grab it. And I look at them back, and it's like, this thing's old. This thing does not have HDMI. It's AV. So I'm like, well, can't use that one. And I'm like, well, I have a laptop at home that has a disk drive. I can just go quick run home and grab that. And he's like, yeah, sure. Yeah, I'll do that. And then I run home and I grab the laptop and I look at it and I'm like, this doesn't have a disk drive either.
Oh my god.
So
then I'm like,
I'm so confused. We still watch the movie. I don't get it.
What am I gonna...
Tell the story, Liv.
What am I gonna do? You know? And then I'm like, I look over and I'm like, there's a DVD player right there. Let me just unplug all...
You brought one from your house?
I brought a DVD player from my house.
No
This
way.
thing was huge too, because it's like the surround sound one, so it had like a bunch of slots to plug in all like the speakers. So I like unplug all those and I like unplug everything. This thing is huge. I'll put up a picture of it for reference, but it's
I didn't know it
huge.
was that like much of a thing to set it up.
Well,
So I grab it
it
and
was great. So
I put it in my car next to me, and I drive all the way back to the school again, and I grab the DVD player, and I'm like, wait, hold up a minute. What am I going to use to start this? I didn't grab the remote.
Jeez.
And then
honestly, this story is just making me frustrated. Like,
no, and then I walk into school without it, and then I remembered, like, as I walk into school, I'm like, wait, I can just hit the play button on it. So I go back out, I grab it, bring it back into the school.
Jeez, sometimes you're
I'm wearing shorts and a t-shirt, and it was really cold outside, so I was running back and forth.
Yeah, the fact that meanwhile you're dressed like your dad.
Yeah.
That's funny. I forgot about that.
And then I'm like, okay, well, I'll go set it up. They're in there watching Frozen 2.
Who's they? I was not watching Frozen 2.
The North kids.
Oh, okay. So here's my thing. Before that whole story ended, I predicted what it was going to be.
Yeah.
You guys got upset with me.
Yeah, I'm getting upset.
Obviously, we ended up watching
It was Mr. Kolachik's computer that was plugged in. And we unplugged it, and he's like, he didn't know where his computer was. So he logged onto he was on my computer. It was logged in on my Disney Plus, so he just watched Frozen 2 on my Disney Plus. So he's like, I used your Disney Plus. Is that all right? I'm like, perfect.
Wow, the community of this school is just unmatched.
We're family.
Honestly. Yeah.
We're family.
Wow, I didn't know that whole fiasco happened.
But then I couldn't set up the movie because they're watching the movie right now. So I'm just sitting in school, waiting for third period to start. I couldn't do my online class because they were using my computer to watch Frozen 2 on it. So I'm just sitting there on my phone, just waiting for third period to start. And it started, and towards the end of the class, 3 minutes till movie time started. And I'm like, can I quick go set up the movie? And he's like, sure. So then I ran to my locker, grabbed the stuff, set it up, and it was all fine and dandy.
You're right, it was.
And got it started right on time.
Way to pull it off.
And I walked in there with it already ready on the screen. So
yeah,
really?
And that whole story all happened.
Exactly.
That.
That's why
it all works out. Come on, it all works out.
Yeah.
It was just also there was a high pitched noise. I don't know if you noticed that.
I didn't.
No.
Okay, good. Because I was noticing it, and I was getting self conscious. Should I go fix that? And I'm like, I don't want to get up in the middle of the movie, go backstage.
As much as I love that movie, I did fall asleep for a little bit. I had to lay on the ground.
That's good.
Yeah,
it's a time for break, and the end of Catholic Schools Week. We're tired.
But anyways, so we talked about Friday night, Saturday night, and then it got to Sunday, where that's the final bingo and all that fun stuff.
We sat there.
Oh yeah, we sat there all day.
We sat there all day. We had a whole table of people. It was a lot of people at the table. That was
great. I love how we did it as a class this year.
Yeah, that was fun.
Or a large majority of us.
Yeah, there was a big group of us, and barely any of us won anything.
No, barely.
I won.
Brad and Liv were the only ones that won.
I won $20. I won a straight bingo, and that was the first time ever winning.
That's why I said barely won, because that money went right back into you spent that money.
Yeah,
definitely.
Probably. Yeah, I did. And then there was a lot of us at the table also with one of the $1,000 bingos. We were one away. I needed 071, and the next number on there was 072.
I needed I-27.
That's so frustrating when you're so...
Yeah.
I know. We were all one away, and we were all one away for a long time. And there was 4 of us, and each one was a different number, too. So it could have been any one of those numbers.
No, that would have been the best, because then the whole friend group would have got money right there, because you guys would have all just split it.
Definitely would have happened, too.
I'm not going to lie. Would you?
Well, I thought you guys all had the same one. You were all just one away.
No, we all had different ones.
Oh. Yeah, I was on the other end of the table.
No, we all had different numbers, so it could have been any of those numbers called.
You were
and we would have won.
I was on the other end of the table, mentally.
On the other end of the table.
Yeah, but then we ended it there, and then we had to do a little cleanup, and then we all went home and...
Yeah, we took down those balloon arches from Wednesday.
Yeah, that was the end of
assistant chaplain work.
Fun Catholic Schools Week for assistant chaplains, and hopefully for fellow students at Trinity. It was fun. As much as it was really fun.
What I want to say for those who made it this far in the episode, drop a comment and say what your favorite part of Catholic Schools Week was, or your favorite part of Mardi Gras, either one, or both. Why not both?
Yeah, let's hear from our people.
Yes.
Also, one episode I would like to do eventually. It would just be fun, answering questions from you guys. I don't know.
Q&A.
A little Q&A.
Yeah, we could do that.
The most random questions even. It doesn't even have to be that crazy. I don't know. I can hear her yelling over here. Wait, before we leave, we gotta quick say something. Who do you think is gonna win the Super Bowl? Say a team right now. Jace.
Eagles.
Maddie.
The other one.
The Chiefs.
Yeah.
I'm saying Eagles.
Did you
really?
Yeah.
Okay, then I'll say
I don't like the Chiefs. They're cocky.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I like Jason Kelce better than Travis Kelce. And also, I was always a big Joe fan. So when he lost to the Chiefs, that was pretty disappointing for me. So, obviously going to go for the Eagles. But, yeah.
I just don't want to see a riot from those Eagles fans.
Why are they like that?
With the slam.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Philadelphia fans are so brutal.
Well, I'm not a Philly fan.
They're gonna riot no matter what.
Philadelphia Eagles.
Yes, I know.
Philadelphia, born. and
I'm just saying
raised
I'm not
in-
like a fan of theirs. I'm just saying out of the two teams, I would go for the Eagles.
Oh, right.
We haven't talked about like a movie or show in this, and I just want to say one more thing too.
Don't mention
you guys
the movie
watched-
or TV show.
Yes, I'm going to right now.
Okay.
We always talk about TV shows.
I
Please
know.
say it.
Have you guys seen The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air?
No.
Okay,
No.
all right, that's all I wanted to
Seen
know.
clips, haven't watched the full thing.
Okay.
Interesting question.
I was Philadelphia, born and raised on Playground of Swiss Ponies, you know.
Oh, you're rapping right now.
Yeah, I'm a rapper.
Maybe we can rap next episode.
Let's wrap it up.
Because that
Is the
bell. Bye.
Bye, guys. Say bye.
Bye.